Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Stars are famous, expensive and do not always bring the expected results to an NBA team. The Lakers have stars Luka Doncic, LeBron James, close to retirement, Austin Reeves emerging as the third star of the Lakers. Executive Rob Pelinka may choose to make changes to the roster, including signing a great center. Rui Hachimura and Dalton Knecht are not able to maintain regular performances, and this hinders the team, which needs solid players for the difficult games of the regular season and in all games of the playoffs. Giving up Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht to bring Walker Kessler, Colin Sexton from the Utah Jazz, will be a great deal, and the Lakers could have a super team in conditions to be NBA champion once again. There's no doubt that the purple and gold need a talented scorer and a great starting caliber center. The hypothetical trade mentioned above solves both of those problems. Plus, with LeBron James recently dropping subtle hints about the team's roster, it's time for the organization to make another move. Sexton would fit perfectly in the starting lineup and could be the team's third or fourth scoring option. He's currently averaging 18.2 points per game for the struggling Jazz. On the other hand, Kessler is a traditional center, which is exactly what the Lakers need to give Luka Doncic and LeBron James some space. Los Angeles Lakers receive Walker Kessler, Colin Sexton. Utah Jazz receive Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht. This is a home run trade for the Lakers. Walker Kessler is an elite shot blocker, 2.4 BPG, who would instantly fix their interior defense, and Colin Sexton, 18.1 ppg, gives them another dynamic scorer. If the Jazz decide to go full rebuild, moving these two for young assets makes sense. Hachimura is a solid piece and Knecht has tons of promise as a sharpshooter, but Kessler's defensive impact and Sexton's scoring punch make this an easy win for LA. If they can convince Utah to pull the trigger, the Lakers should be all over it. Luka Doncic still has work to do to mesh with LeBron James and Austin Reeves. The Los Angeles Lakers have been a somewhat uneven team since the debut of Luka Doncic alongside superstar LeBron James and guard Austin Reeves. They have an 8-game win streak on their ledger, but also have separate losing streaks of 4 and 3 games, and have a 13-9 overall record in the 22 games since his debut. Statistically, they are extremely middle of the road. They rank 19th in offense, 13th in defense and have the 14th overall net rating. But of course, this excludes the context that Doncic, Reeves, and James have all missed time during that stretch. Even still, the James-Doncic-Reeves trio has a -6.3 net rating in 12 games together. But perhaps Wednesday night against the Indiana Pacers, a buzzer-beating win from LeBron, could signal a turnaround for the trio. Luka spoke about his perspective on LeBron's huge moment, via Spectrum Sportsnet. I mean, first of all, when I got the rebound, he was down the court. He was asking for the ball, but I wasn't confident enough to make that pass with 9 seconds to go. So I then passed to AR, he passed to LeBron, and it just shows how much confidence he was in me, and I really appreciate that to give me that final ball. I think we got a great look, didn't make it, but LeBron was there luckily. The Lakers got the win thanks to the clutch play from James, but it was clear that the trio still was not meshing as cohesively as they would like. And Doncic believes that lies with him to figure out. I think for me, it's still a lot of work to do. I'm just trying to understand what those guys are like, what those two guys want. AR and LeBron have been playing, 3 to 4 years together? So they know each other a little bit more. That's gonna take a little bit of time, but I gotta watch film and adapt myself to that situation. This topic brought Doncic to praising Reeves specifically for rolling with the punches so well over the last few weeks, as his role has been constantly changing. It's amazing for him. You never see him complain about what role he's playing, whether he's the number 1 option, number 2 or number 3. He never complains, just the way he sticks with it. It's amazing to see. That's a guy you want on your team. It's clear that Doncic enjoys playing alongside James and Reeves. However, that now needs to turn into a statistically better trio, given that it's the Lakers' 3 best players. And with time, the collective IQ of those three players are sure to figure out the path to success. LeBron James focusing on impacting games without scoring. Wednesday provided LeBron James with the opportunity to show how effective he can be even if his shot isn't falling. James did not make his first field goal of the game until the fourth quarter, but finished with 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists and was one of 2 Lakers starters to have a positive plus-minus for the game. That's because LeBron's contribution to making the trio of him, Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic work is figuring out ways he can be impactful without his scoring. Lakers' LeBron James was rewarded for strong defense versus Pacers. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James finished Wednesday's win over the Indiana Pacers with just 13 points. He didn't make his first field goal until the fourth quarter. But head coach J.J. Redick, and anyone watching, knows the impact that LeBron had on the game. In the box score, James added 13 rebounds and 7 assists to his 13 points. He was a +5, making him one of only 4 Lakers to be in the positive for the game. He also added incredible defense at multiple positions, keeping the Lakers afloat when the Pacers were going on runs. And finally, he scored the game-winning buzzer beater to end the team's 3-game losing streak. After the game, Redick spoke about LeBron's impact and all the ways he was incredible beyond his scoring, and that his 10 fourth-quarter points and the game winner may have been a reward for that effort, via Spectrum Sportsnet. I think 2 things. I think we said this morning this was going to be a game that would have to be won on multiple efforts. And that was primarily in reference to what we needed to do defensively. But we won the game on a multiple effort play. We had the early advantage getting the stop. I think with 42 seconds, even though we didn't score on that possession, we essentially got a 2-for-1, so as long as we got a stop, we were going to get a look at it. Because we had an advantage, they were in scramble mode and I felt really comfortable just letting those guys play, and Bron just made a huge play. I think it's another great example where he doesn't necessarily have it going early and got off to a slow start offensively. But he was so good defensively, he was so good on the glass for us and really led us on that end. And then takes over in the fourth quarter and gets rewarded by the basketball gods because he didn't let go of the rope and didn't stop competing. Redick discussed James' demeanor through 3 quarters, when he had yet to make a field goal, as well. He admitted that while James may not have been happy with the way things were going, the way he played in the fourth shows how much he cares. I think certainly there was a level of frustration from starting 0-4-6 or whatever it was. We missed him early on some early offense seals against smaller players. I think we missed him 3 times in the first half, and sometimes when you're not in the offensive flow, just getting the ball at the rim and scoring a layup, getting to the free throw line, that can really get you going. So we kind of missed out on some opportunities to get him going earlier. But never have questioned that guy's commitment to winning. LeBron is, without a doubt, one of the greatest winners in league history. And he showed that on Wednesday night with his ability to make winning plays that had very little to do with the scoreboard. LeBron James prides himself on impacting games without scoring. LeBron James echoed the sentiment from J.J. Redick, saying that his ability to impact games without scoring is something he prides himself on and is something that will be needed for this iteration of the Lakers to be successful. Kendrick Perkins takes a shot at Luka Doncic's defensive effort. The Los Angeles Lakers are one of the best teams in the NBA when they have everyone healthy and on the same page. With Luka Doncic finally settling into his new environment, the Lakers look more dangerous than most of the other teams in the Western Conference. After they traded away Anthony Davis, there was a lot of concern that the defense would fall apart, especially adding someone who isn't a good defender in the backcourt. The defense has not fallen apart as many thought it would. Jackson Hayes has been able to play well enough as the starting center to keep the defense intact. Despite the Lakers' overall defense being much better than anticipated, not everyone is thrilled with how members of the team are playing some defense. Kendrick Perkins doesn't like the kind of defense that Luka Doncic has been playing. He took a shot at him prior to the Lakers taking on the Pacers on Wednesday. Perkins has an issue with Doncic's effort on the defensive end of the court. He doesn't believe that he is giving consistent effort in a way that gives the Lakers the best chance to win. Doncic played a little better defense against the Pacers. Thanks to a LeBron James tip-in, the Lakers were able to beat Indiana 120-119 and stop their 5-game winning streak. When the Lakers acquired Doncic in the Davis trade, they knew they weren't going to be counting on him much defensively. His offensive talent is why they wanted him so badly. Knowing that Doncic is not the best defensive player, that is why they have surrounded him with other good defensive players. Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith help cover up mistakes that Doncic might make. As long as Doncic dominates offensively, the Lakers are okay with his defense not being the best. Could he have better effort on some plays? Of course. That's what Perkins wants to see more often. He wants to see Doncic try harder on more occasions. So far with the Lakers, Doncic is averaging 27.6 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game. NBA Insider reveals how teams reacted to Mavericks trading Luka Doncic to Lakers. There seemed to be two major camps for the Doncic trade, and neither side liked how the Mavericks went about the trade. It has now been nearly 2 months since the Dallas Mavericks shipped Luka Doncic off in the middle of the night to the Los Angeles Lakers. And yet, it remains one of the hottest topics in the NBA. People just can't believe a team would trade a player like Luka Doncic in the way Nico Harrison went about it. One of ESPN's NBA insiders, Tim McMahon, who mainly covers the Mavericks, went on the Knicks Film Room podcast to talk about the Doncic trade and Jalen Brunson leaving the team to go to New York. Here's how people around the NBA reacted to the trade, according to McMahon. There's two camps, McMahon said. The majority say, I just don't care if the kid's a pain in the butt, which he is a little bit, but by superstar standards I don't think it that ridiculous. You just can't trade that level of generational talent. Not based on the potential, proved on who he has proven to be, a 5 times All-NBA selection. The other camp, this is more of a minority opinion, but I have heard this from several people. Look, I understand wanting to get out of the Luka business, the reasons I've reported on the Mavericks' concerns, the conditioning, etc., but you have to maximize the return. They did not, and the process they went about prevented them from being in a position to maximize the return. Nearly every Mavericks fan would sit in the first camp, where even the thought of trading a player such as Doncic would have been inconceivable. He just led the team to the NBA Finals last season, but Nico Harrison decided he couldn't help the team win for whatever reason. But Dallas also did a poor job of getting value back for Doncic. Mark Cuban made the point that if the team had gotten back 4 first-round picks, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, Austin Reeves, and Dalton Knecht, maybe this would be a different conversation. Only getting back Davis, Christie, and 1 first-round pick makes it an abomination of a trade, especially since Davis has only played 2 games since the trade. Some rumors have gone around that Nico Harrison at least sniffed around trades for Giannis Antetokounmpo and Anthony Edwards, but the validity of those rumors has varied. Either way, the Mavericks did a poor job of going about their trades this season.